Welcome to my Batocera quick setup guide to Sega Lindbergh arcade games. I won't discuss games transferable via RGSX as most won't have access to those. I've already copied over the file structures of two Sega Lindbergh games to the Lindbergh folder. As with all my quick setup guides, this guide is highly condensed, therefore hopefully negating the need for you to skip any part of it. If you do choose to skip, don't say I didn't warn you. So we're going to press F1 to enter our file manager. Then we're going to go into ROMs and find our Lindbergh folder. Here's the Lindbergh folder. Now we're going to check out the info. And here we can see these are our two games, Afterburner Climax. We have a game ID and we have an executable file. And here we have the other game, which is Outrun 2, and for that we've also got an executable file and a game ID. So now I'm going to click on File and Quit, and I'm going to enter our first game, which is Afterburner Climax. This is the executable file ABC, so I'm going to create a new empty file, and I'm going to call this Afterburner Climax. I've simplified this video by using my own game names. If you use the game IDs, it gives you simpler access to screenshots and for Emulation Station to determine the game type. After naming our file, we need to add the extension .game, and then we can click OK. Next we're going to go into our created game and we're going to add the executable file, in this case ABC, then click Save and Quit. Next I'm going to implement a little shortcut for our other game. I'm going to copy the file that we've just created and then I'm going to enter Outrun. I'm looking for the executable file, which is not in these first couple of folders. Still looking, not here, in the Jennifer folder, and here's the executable file for this game, which is called Jennifer. Now I am going to paste Afterburner 2 file into this directory, and then I can rename the file to Outrun 2 instead of Afterburner Climax. Ensure any Sega Lindbergh game runners you create have the .game extension in order for Emulation Station to recognize them. Next I'm going to enter our Outrun 2.game and I'm going to put the executable inside it, which is in this case Jennifer. Then I can click File and Save and then Quit. With that done, we can now click File and Close Window, and we can update our games lists, and we're ready to test out our two games. So next we're going to run our first game, which is Afterburner Climax, and on initial boot we see we've got a system startup screen and a cabinet initialization error. Don't worry about the error, this is a simple fix. So we're going to quit back now to Batocera's menu. We're going to enter the advanced game options and we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom until we find our run test mode, and we're going to turn this on. This will give us access to the game's menu. Now we're going to reboot the game again. We're now able to enter the game test menu. We're going to go to game assignments and we're going to change the cabinet type to standard. This is going to enable us now to skip the error that was on the screen previously. So we're going to quit this menu, we're going to go back, we're going to enter advanced same settings again and run test mode and turn it back to auto before rebooting the game. Now you'll note the game proceeds past the system startup and proceeds to boot normally. So let's quit back to our menu and we'll test out our other game. I do happen to know that Outrun 2 boots fine without any adjustments to the cabinet mode. However, one of our community was having issues with the game test mode crashing, so I'm just going to demonstrate that this issue is now fixed on Batocera 43.1. You will note entering the game test menu that we have various options that we can change. Quite an interesting set of assignments here. If we go into the game assignments, we can change the cabinet settings, 15 course mode, quick start, various options there that we can fiddle with later. So an interesting set of game assignments here, and also you will note that this test menu no longer crashes on 43.1. Now we'll quit. We'll enter advanced game settings again before turning run test mode off and rebooting our game. I can highly recommend the Sega Lindbergh emulator. The arcade versions of Virtua Tennis 3, House of the Dead 3 and Outrun 2 are absolutely fantastic, probably the best versions around, and it would be a shame for anyone to miss out on them. If you've enjoyed this condensed setup guide style, please check out my playlist at the end of this video for more similar content, and consider subscribing, as it gives me the motivation to create more. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.